What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and today I'm here to talk about my reaction and analysis of Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales teaser trailer. So this trailer was released last night, if you're watching it the day after. Came out during Fear of the Walking Dead. And so there's something you should firstly know about me and Pirates is we make each other. Okay? I absolutely adore the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. It's my favorite movie franchise of all time. At World's End is my personal favorite movie. Laugh and critique all you want, but I love these movies a lot. I know there's faults and there's flaws with all of them, but I love them to death. And this movie has had a lot going into it, a lot of controversy, a lot of not great things really with the whole Johnny Depp, with him hurting his hand and then having to fly back and everything got delayed. It's massively over budget. There was a lot of problems. I believe this is going to be a fantastic movie. And so let's talk about this trailer, okay? Now, it was a teaser trailer. It was around 1 minute 50 seconds. And firstly, I absolutely adored it. The thing I've seen the most, and I saw it immediately on Twitter, and I've seen it a lot in like articles for like the headlines, is not to overlook the fact that Johnny Depp, Jack Sparrow, wasn't in the first trailer, due to like this year and what's happened with Johnny Depp this year. I saw, I've seen a lot of article headlines, I've seen a lot of tweets that's like, you can't really ignore this. Firstly, I think you can't ignore it. I think that's the first thing you do is you ignore all that garbage. Secondly, I think this is an amazing move. I think it's bold, and I think it worked extremely well. Firstly, it's a teaser trailer. It is not it's not a trailer. I mean, it is, but they labeled it teaser. So maybe in trailer number 1, we see him. And you don't need to see him. In fact, they made the even more bold move. Johnny Depp, Jack Sparrow, and Orlando Bloom, Will Turner, neither of them are in this teaser trailer. Okay, it really got you into the mood and setting of where I think Pirates 5 is going to go, and it focused on Captain Salazar. They immediately make you fear him, and they immediately make him a big deal by having him and his men just clear out the ship that they attacked. He goes down and he talks to what we will know, and if you've read about it, you will know, or you do know, that is Will Turner's son. And he's going to end up eventually meeting Jack Sparrow, and that's how Orlando Bloom will be brought back. There's a whole part to that, and in this trailer we saw that occur. So we saw Captain Salazar come down and tell him that you need to tell Jack Sparrow a message for me that death is coming your way. And firstly, Salazar and his men are super, super cool. They're super freaky. It looks like beautiful, like just how it looks. His men are missing parts of their bodies, and mainly what they show off is they're missing parts of their head. There's a guy with half of his head. There's another guy with half of his head. Salazar has the whole side of his head, with whatever the heck's going on there. They're like ghost pirates, but it's not the 2004 Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one, The Curse of the Black Pearl. It's not like the skeleton kind of thing. These guys are undead, and not the undead we saw on Stranger Tides. They look super cool. This is an interesting and really awesome group of bad guys that we haven't seen since Davy Jones' Men, in my opinion. I loved all the different kind of fish people, really. I love that. These guys look even more creepy. They really do look like terrifying. Like when you have a person with only this part of his head, that's kind of scary. Salazar himself looks pretty. He's got part of his face missing. He's like bleeding from his mouth at all times. He just has this undead kind of look. And like I said, I really liked it setting up that. They showed you the villain, because maybe people don't really know. In the first Pirates, firstly, the first one was the first one. You don't really know much about it at all, and it was Barbossa as the bad guy. But, setting it up, let's forget about that. The second one is Davy Jones. A lot, even if you aren't a Pirates, like even if you don't know about pirates, I guess, and I don't know about pirates, but even if you don't know, you've heard of Davy Jones. Okay, you've heard of Blackbeard. And although, what they did with him in 4 wasn't the greatest and definitely didn't play to Blackbeard himself, you've heard of Davy Jones and you've heard of Blackbeard. Time to introduce Salazar. So this guy escaped the Devil's Triangle, they call it. He escaped the Devil's Triangle with his men, and he's out to kill Jack Sparrow. And from what they say, they're like long lost rivals, where they have history with each other, as Jack Sparrow has to everybody. And so I like that they just set that up. That could be early, or that will be early on in the movie, because it's going to get the boy to go talk to Jack Sparrow, and the boy is Will Turner's son, and that connects all that, and that'll bring them all in. That's a really smart move. You didn't need Johnny Depp. So the whole media thing with like, oh, he's had a bad year, so you can't overlook the fact that he wasn't shown the first. It's not a publicity. I hope it's not a publicity thing. I hope that they would have done this anyway, because this is a smart move to not even have him. In fact, it plays into this dark kind of. It's kind of like the end of 2, beginning of 3, where like he's gone. Like maybe he's in hiding. Maybe he's running away. Like you don't know maybe where Jack Sparrow is. In fact, that may be the point, because if Salazar wants the boy to find him, he even says, find him and tell him, which means that nobody knows where he is. So it's cool to see it. And just in the whole bigger aspect of things, watching the trailer, it's so dark. I know at the very end, he kind of even like makes a joke. He's like, will you do that for me, please? So there is like a slight bit of humor, which all of the villains, Barbossa's had it, Davy Jones had it, and Blackbeard had. They all do have a bit of humor to them. But just him walking on the ship and killing people, and just when he walks up and his face, and just how everything looks, it looks super dark. And firstly, I love that. I really love that. Dead Man's Chest was like that too. Dead Man's Chest was, for the most part, an extremely dark movie that's introducing the Devil of the Sea with Davy Jones. A lot of the movie was literally at night, like dark. That's not what I mean by it. Like darker kind of, just the darker story, darker when you look at it. And I think this movie is going to reflect that too. I think, they're calling it a soft reboot. I have a feeling this movie is going to be very different from any of the other ones. I hope. Because it's not like I don't want to see the other ones like come back again. But 4 kind of started this new trilogy, and it didn't get off on exactly the right foot. Like I said, I thought 3 was the best. I like where they're going with this. I think it's going to be super cool. You got Jack Sparrow looking for the Poseidon's Trident to fight Salazar. I'm interested to see how you kill any of those guys. It must be the Trident, because the Trident gives you control over the seas, and he's part of that, so maybe that's how that would work. Because I don't know how you kill what looks to be undead, again. I'm sure there'll be like loopholes and stuff. But this trailer, firstly, it caught me off guard because I didn't expect to see it. I saw the new skull, the new like logo to it. Firstly, it's on the thumbnail of this video. Super good, super good. It's got Jack Sparrow's dreadlocks. It's got like his beads and stuff. It's like scary and creepy, just like the actual trailer made it look. And I'm very interested to see if these trailers keep this vision going and this theme going. Like if the next trailer is a bunch of comedy and a lot of like light and a lot of that kind of stuff, then I'll be more worried. But as of now, I think they knocked it out of the park showing this new villain. I think he looks menacing. I think he looks scary, something we didn't have with Blackbeard. And even in the trailers, he didn't even seem that bad. But Salazar looks bad. And it's a great actor that plays him. They got everybody, they got Barbossa and Jack Sparrow and Gibbs, and they got all that coming back. I think this is going to be a very good movie. Like I said, I'm going to love it no matter what. I love these movies to death. But for people that have kind of jumped off, I think this may be the time to jump back on. The trailer looked promising. There's not much more you can say to it than that. And there's not a lot of predicting you can do other than to say maybe it's going to go down a darker theme, a darker tone. I think it will, bringing back Will as, again, he's a carrier of souls between the two worlds. There is a lot of possibilities and a lot of options to make this movie a darker movie. Something that Stranger Tides kind of did, but didn't really do, and Dead Man's Chest really did. Dead Man's Chest was very dark, very, depressing. And if this movie is that, and it sets up a At World's End 6, then maybe that's what they're going to do. There's no confirmation that 5 is the end. A lot of talks either say 5 is going to be the end, or they are setting it up for a 6, and 6 will be the last one. So guys, what did you think of the trailer? It's been getting a lot of views on YouTube. The trailer is very, very popular. This is a popular, whether or not you like it or not, this is a very popular franchise. So what do you think about the franchise as a whole? What do you think about this trailer? What do you think Pirates 5 is going to be like? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, Podcast Now, on YouTube. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you share it with all your friends. And you can bet I will make another video when the other trailers come out. And I will see you guys then.